The way you look, the way you dress, and first impression is taken very seriously.
Luigi is asking, any recommendations for people like me who do not speak Spanish?
Absolutely. So I got two recommendations. Don't let it stop you, because I would say, Philippines is an English-speaking country, but Peru, I would say about half the women spoke, some English. Some didn't speak any at all, and we still had cool dates where I used my translator, or these cool earbuds that you can buy. She wears one, and you wear one.
But you need internet connection for that, right? So you need to be on Wi-Fi for those headphones to work? No?
I thought so at first, but there's pretty good signal in Peru. I not have T-Mobile, which T-Mobile's not the best here, but it's decent there. But you can download languages offline. So if you have absolutely no internet signal, if you have the language downloaded, you can be offline and still use the translator, which came in handy when me and a date went to. We went very far from the hotel. I was getting a little worried, but there was a restaurant worth going to that we went to, and we were able to use the translator right there. And I speak in English, but in her ear it was Spanish, and vice versa, and that was a good help.
Yeah, a lot of guys also worry about dating ladies who do not speak English, and they think it's going to be very awkward when you use an interpreter on a date. You have this third person sitting next to you. So what do you think about that? Because you tried, because in the Philippines you didn't use the interpreter, and now here you come to Peru, and it's a little bit different dynamic.
It was definitely different. At first, I wanted to, just use the translator, or, just do it all my way. But some of the women are more comfortable with the interpreter there, and it was totally fine. My interpreter was very good, professional. She went with me on probably half my dates, and it was definitely beneficial to not have to rely on the app. I just talk, and then she translates while I talk, and it's much faster that way. So I would recommend it.
So see, guys, don't be afraid. Don't let it stop you. So what's the cultural differences between Peruvian and Filipino lady? Like, if some guys are deciding where to go now, because they don't know. So what?
Cultural differences.
And just dating those ladies in general. I'm sure it felt a little different dating in Philippines versus Peru.
Oh yeah, well there's similarities just because of the Spanish, it's like because the Spanish influence in the Philippines, just because of the history. But as far as the women, they're a lot alike, but they are different. Of course, the food is different, and in the Philippines they're not so big on dancing, but Peru, it seems like every girl I've dated or attempted to dance with was like a professional. It made me feel silly. But just like the Philippines, if you do karaoke and you can't sing, you're not the laughing stock of the room. So if you in a room of people dancing and you can't dance, they appreciate the effort versus you just kind of sitting on the wall refusing to participate.
Yeah, just enjoy, have fun. That's what you're there for, not a dance competition.
Yeah, and the family orientation of Filipino women and Peruvian women were great. I would say maybe Filipinos are like more attached to their family versus Peruvian women, because Peruvian women, they're in college, they're working, and they're more, I would say, more independent as far as their day-to-day life. Like they wanna make money, they wanna go to school and go to work. Versus Filipino women, I notice it's a little different. So that was a plus, that they want to work. They can get their visa. They could, pretty much get it on their own.
So what other recommendations would you give guys that's going on tours or by themselves?
Best recommendation so don't limit your options. Definitely have a list. Wherever you're going, go on the site, and I would say get a list of probably 15 to 20 women and write like your top 3, and then just go there. And like Peru, they were more than happy to date me, even though I never met them, never wrote them. And same thing with the Philippines. So definitely make a list. I'll say top 20. And, just the office, like especially in Peru, they were so good at contacting the ladies and making sure the ladies get there on time for our date. It was such a great experience. So my best advice, don't limit yourself. Make a list. Go out there and make sure you dress nice. Of course, hygiene is big, and Philippines, Peru, yeah, hygiene was very big. I have my colognes, and just I like to be clean and dress nice, so I didn't have an issue. And yeah, the way you look, the way you dress, and first impression is taken very seriously. So keep in mind that first time you see somebody, you walk up, shake hands, hug. You want to make a lasting impression on them, and yeah, because that's how the date's going to start. You want it to start out good, right? So yeah, do what you got to do.
David says, would you think it's a red flag after you have been writing for 3 months and they tell you, let's keep conversation going, and they can commit to meet? Well, what do you think of that?
Well, I mean, we all know why we're on the site. We're not on the site to write letters forever. So if you said 3 months, that's a long time to just be talking and not going anywhere. So I would say, yeah, it's a red flag, because who knows, some women may be on the site and they just have a thrill about writing messages, but they don't have any real intention. But a foreign affair does a good job at signing great women that actually want to be married. So, of course, they can't control everything, but I would say if 3 months passed and you're still not past the writing letter phase, then yeah, it's time to make a decision. I would definitely move on and find someone that's more serious about meeting and taking it to the next level.
Yeah, and I never recommend to write a lot of letters, and especially start writing to one woman without specific plan to go to that area. My suggestion is decide where you're going, when you can travel, and maybe months prior or something like this, not too far out, but a few weeks. Send a couple messages or a few messages, whatever you feel like, to the ladies in the area. Several different, not one lady. Don't write to one lady, because you don't know if the connection is going to be there, chemistry is going to be there. You're going to spend tons of money on letters. You go meet her, she laughs like a horse, or she smells, or or she reminds you of your sister, or there's something. She has some personality issues, or if she doesn't like you, that can happen too. It's two-way street. So never, put all your eggs in one basket, and try to diversify. Try to contact multiple people. Just a couple messages, just tell about something about yourself, 3-4 paragraphs. It will be a conversation starter. And when our staff calls this lady to arrange the meeting, she already knows who you are. Speaking of that, are women always on time or late? Because I've heard Latin ladies.
Well, let's see. Well, going back to the Philippines, not to put Filipinos down, but their time is a lot worse than Peruvian time. Mm-hmm. There's a Filipina time, they call it, where they're always late. But my thing is, I tell them to get there an hour early, and then they're there on time. So Peruvian women, I mean, I think it's a universal in the country. They were also late, but in their defense, traffic is absolutely horrible in Peru. So yeah, our first date, she was extremely late, but I mean,
how just curious, for how long?
I would say 45 minutes.
Oh, that's not horrible. Yeah. In Mexico, I've heard 2 hours is pretty normal.
Ooh,
so that's actually not too bad.
Yeah, she was about 45 minutes late, and I knew traffic was bad, and it was okay. I was in no rush. It's just, when I had dates back to back to back, that's when it became scary that I'm still on one date and another date is starting in 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. And, it was kind of scary, but overall, everything worked out because they understand. They understand traffic is bad, and sometimes it's good where you get there 20 minutes early or 2 hours late. It was no big deal.
Yeah, and if that happens, you can always just send a message to the staff member and just hey, can you let the lady know that I'm running late? And they will just move the date a bit. So guys, don't get frustrated if that happens to you.
Yes, and again, the Peru staff, I remember one girl was late and they texted me on WhatsApp saying, we're sorry, so-and-so is going to be a little late, just please be patient. And yeah, they were on it. Every single one of them, they knew their assignment. They really knew what they were supposed to do, and everything was so smooth. Not a weird, sour moment, not a moment where I was frustrated or discouraged. So yeah, I was very happy with that.
Yeah, we have fantastic stuff in Peru, so you guys should go to Peru.
Travel to exciting places and meet hundreds of stunning single women. Check out our website at
Latin-personals.com.